Healthy girl, aren't you?
Not a doctor's bill, not a dentist's appointment, not even...
Not even the sun.
What, Mike?
The sun. Don't you remember? We went a little balmy under it once. We were going to settle down in the Argentine for life or something.
Mike?
Well, that's out. I don't blame you. But we'd blame ourselves if we didn't take an hour or two of it now that they've stopped the clock for us.
You don't mean that, Mike. You can't mean it.
What's the matter? Do you like to run away and be caught?
Really, Mike, please. I've got to go. I don't know why I ever spoke to you.
Because you remembered something you missed, that's why. Because you're only out for thrills anyway. And I was once sap enough to take you serious.
No, Mike, no.
Oh, forgive me, Dinah.
Dinah. I've waited so long to hear you say that.
Dinah, why did you do it?
What?
Why did you write that letter and let me spend a year thinking of you as a...
Well, I thought I owed you the truth, Mike.
And like a poor daffy kid, I believed it. But only because I was counting the days, I guess.
No, Mike, really. It was true then and it's true now.
Only this is true. You're here saying meaningless words while all the rest of you keeps telling me differently. Every second.
Mike, there are lots of people, men and women, who are, well, drawn to each other. Sort of a little spark that flashes up like a skyrocket every now and then, but...
You trying to turn the sun, our sun, into a firecracker? It can't be done, Dinah.
No, I guess it can't be done.
So that changes everything.
Nothing's changed, Mike. There's Richard, and there always shall be.
Why didn't you tell him?
Well, I couldn't let him down then. He's turned his whole world, his whole life over to me. I can't ask him to take it back now. It would disappear, and he'd be alone.
How about you? Me? What about us?
Grin and bear it.
Oh, no. Now that I know, do you think I'll stand here and...
Please, Mike. This can only mean one thing for us. I think you'd rather love me than hate me, and now you don't hate me anymore. And I thought I'd rather have you hate me than love me. Now I know why I spoke to you today. Because I hoped your eyes wouldn't be so hard. They were. But now they're not again. This is the only way I could think about them and go on, Mike.
Dinah, you must stay.
No.
Then I've got to see you again. Tomorrow?
We're going away tomorrow night. I'll be busy.
Where are you going?
Goodbye, Mike. Mike, darling.
Do you realize what you're doing?
Yes. I'm keeping you locked in my heart where nobody else will ever be. Where only I can talk to you. Without ever seeing you again. Listen for me and yours, Mike. Always.
Third act of Chains, starring Joan Crawford as Diane. It's the evening after Diane's unexpected meeting with Mike. She and her husband are at home, dressing for dinner.
Diane,
Yes, Richard?
all packed to go to Lake Placid tomorrow?
Almost, but don't worry. Amy never forgets a thing.
Good gosh, I'm hungry. What's for dinner?
I really don't know.
Aha. Beginning to forget your wifely duties already, eh?
Yes, I mean, it won't happen again, Richard.
Get to skis today?
Skis? Oh, now isn't it silly? I forgot all about them.
So that's my girl with the efficient head for remembering. Been talking about skis all week and then goes and forgets them.
I'll ask him to send some up by express. Are you all through at the office?
All cleaned up.
Good. Then you sleep late in the morning and stay around the house with me until we leave for the train.
Can't. It's a Board of Governors meeting. Clubs. As long as I'm in town, I've got to attend.
Richard,
Yeah.
I've got a marvelous idea.
Name it.
Let's not wait for that stuffy train trip tomorrow night. Let's get to bed early, get up early, take the open car and every fur robe in the house and motor up. If we leave by 7, we can make Placid by 6 in the evening, no matter how much snow.
Pretty cold ride.
Oh, it'll whisk the cobwebs out of our brains.
Hey, what makes you so anxious to get away on our little holiday?
You?
I make you anxious? What's eating you, anyway? You've been talking in riddles ever since you came home today.
Have I? Well, it's just that I want to be with you, alone. Just us two together. Away from the whole world. Oh, I can't explain what I mean.
Why, Diane, I believe there are tears in your eyes. Darling, I'm really touched.
We can motor up, can't we?
I'll say we can. We'll run away from everybody and everything.
Oh, thank you, Richard.
Morning, James. Are we glad we're here, or aren't we?
It's very invigorating, sir.
Mrs. Field still out skiing?
Yes, sir. Oh, sir, a gentleman phoned by the name of Bradley.
Bradley? Bradley? Don't know any Bradleys. Want me?
Yes, sir. I told him I never disturbed you until you came downstairs, sir. Then he asked for Mrs. Field. I told him she was out. And then, before I could ascertain his business, he said he was coming right over.
Right over? Where from?
From the village, I presume, sir.
Ah. Kidney stew. Was this your noble idea, James?
Mrs. Field ordered it, sir.
James, I'm a very fortunate man.
Yes, sir.
If that's that fellow Bradley, show him right in.
Yes,
I'm Michael Bradley. Is Mr. Field in?
yes, sir. This way, sir. Mr. Field is expecting you, sir.
Mr. Field?
Yeah? Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Well, you look fresh in civilization.
Came up on the night train.
Sit down, won't you? If you excuse me, I'll go right on with my breakfast. All right, James. By the way, Mr. Bradley, have you had yours?
Thanks. I think you'd rather this would be private, Mr. Field.
Well, very well. James, I'll call you when I want to.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Field, there's only one reason I felt I could come up here to see you. And that's because your wife told me you dealt with things pretty straight.
My what? Oh, you know Mrs. Field.
I'm in love with her.
What?
And she's in love with me.
Are you insane?
No. I met her on the boat last year. It was in the cards, Mr. Field, only I couldn't get her to admit it. Until one day she came out to my ranch. And then I knew. We both knew.
What is this? Some filthy blackmailing insinuation
No. Even then she was loyal to you. If you've got anything else on your mind, forget it, because it isn't so. But you see, she came back to tell you about me, only she found out how much she meant to you, and she couldn't let you down.
Well, I guess that about settles the matter, doesn't it?
No, it can only be settled one way. Her way, which she's too unselfish to face. So I'm trying to face it for her.
Oh. I suppose she asked you up here so that you might...
Far from it. When I called your office and learned you'd left for the Adirondacks earlier than you expected, I simply knew she'd run away from me.
Bradley, you're kidding yourself.
No, I'm not. You're in as good a position as I am to know a man can't kid himself about a woman.
I think this talk is finished, Mr. Bradley.
Not yet. Diane came through for you, didn't she? And now it's your turn to come through for somebody else.
And what do you propose that I should do about it?
Give her up. Give her back to herself. Oh, I know, I'm getting the breaks, but there's nothing I can do to keep them on your side. And I know it's tough, but there's nothing you can do. I could drop out of sight and it wouldn't solve matters. Only a miracle in blood and body could change this picture, Field, and neither you nor I believe in miracles.
Get out of here.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Field.
Get out of here.
All right, then, get this. I'll take her away from you. I never tried, but I can, and now I will. Right past divorce courts and marriage certificates and all the rest of it. And we'll be more openly and honestly and completely together than all the...
You heard me. Get out.
Richard. Well, Richard, what's the matter? Mike.
Diane, you love this man?
No, Richard.
He said he could take you away if he wanted to. Is it true?
No, he couldn't.
Dinah, look at me.
You had no right to do this. I told you, this is my husband. He means everything to me, everything. Can't you understand? Can't you see what you're doing?
No, Dinah.
I think she's decided.
No, she hasn't.
All right, then I'll decide.
Richard, put down that gun.
Dan, get out of the way.
Put down that gun, Richard. No, you can't. It's Mike. It's Mike.
I know, Diana. I know, Mike. I just wanted to be sure.
What are you going to do?
Do, my dear? We're going to settle this matter like civilized people.
Oh, Richard,
So, all right, yes, I understand. I think Mr. Bradley understands, too.
I'm afraid I don't.
When are you sailing back to the Argentine, Mr. Bradley?
I hadn't thought. Next week, perhaps.
Next week. That doesn't allow you much time, Diane.
You mean?
I mean that you'll be sailing too, my dear.
Oh, Richard. I can't say anything.
You aren't supposed to. You're not to feel sorry for me. You've given me 2 years, Diane. 2 glorious years. I'm grateful for them.
Please don't.
Diane, please. I said you were not to feel sorry. You see, darling, same old problem. Youth versus, well, shall I say, middle age? You have your youth, Diane. I want you to have it. The man you love with Mike.
I don't deserve this.
Oh, yes, you do. Mike. You deserve anything. Anything that'll make her happy.